What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 11. Are we 11?
I think so.
Is it 11?
Maybe 12.
You were 10, right? All right, I'm going to start over. What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 11 of the SashaT podcast, a Whatnot original. We have a special guest, Natey Ruzell, a.k.a. All-Star Sports Cards 23. If you don't know Natey, you should. He is 18 years old, guys. He's 18, has an insane collection. You can go look at all of his stuff on Instagram. He started at a pretty young age, early teens, and you'll see him at his way up to where he's at today. He comes with a lot of experience, goes to a lot of the shows, and has a lot of knowledge, and we'll bring some hot takes as well.
Of course.
So Natey, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here. Very excited to be here.
You flew all the way from Wisconsin just to come on the podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what we're going to tell people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, he does collect cards. He does collect cards for a fact if you check him out on Instagram. Natey, if somebody doesn't know you, can you give a quick background on yourself, what you got kind of going on in the card scene, and just like a little bit about you?
Yeah, sure. So as Sasha said, I'm 18, turning 19 next month. I've been doing cards since, probably it's almost like 5 years right now. My first show was the 2016 National in Chicago, or 2017, excuse me. And big fan of Kobe from Milwaukee, so big Giannis guy, 2021 champs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love buying Kobe stuff, Giannis stuff. And I love traveling to different shows, buying, selling, trading, setting up, walking around, just kind of everything.
So how did you get into cards? Can you tell me that story?
Yeah. So as a kid, I'd go to like Milwaukee Bucks games, and I'd love to get autographs from players from the Bucks, but mainly the away team. I'd love meeting the stars of the other team and also the young guys. So I get autographs, on like 8x10 photos, basketballs, jerseys, and and one day I decided to post that stuff on Instagram. And the guy actually hit me up, and he wanted to trade for some of my stuff, but he had sports cards, and I didn't know what sports cards were.
Yeah.
So I started doing some research, and I was like, why would I trade for like a piece of cardboard where it's like I got a signed jersey over here, like it's much better,
Yeah.
So I started doing a lot of research on cards, learning that there were tens of thousands of dollars.
And how old are you at the time?
I was 13 or 14.
Okay.
Yeah, because this was about like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And then I started to kind of just get in the cards a little bit, traded some of my memorabilia that I gotten myself, for some cards. And started to slowly buy cards that were like $5-10, and just kind of flipping them on eBay, on Instagram, for 10, 20, $30, and kind of just started working my way up, started flipping $20 cards, $50 cards, $100 cards, and here I am today.
How much different was it like during that time where it is today in terms of like the card shows and just like the culture of sports cards?
I would say then it was a lot more collecting. It wasn't like there were a lot of people on Instagram doing like breaks, and there were like polls where it'd be like $5. I mean, there's people that still do polls right now, but it was very like Instagram live heavy with cheaper stuff. It wasn't like you hop on Instagram live nowadays and somebody's breaking a box for like $5,000, $10,000 or something like that. Back then it was a lot of guys were in the same, level that I am. And I think now it's just everyone's kind of been leveling up. There's a lot more high end going on now, but also the market's up a lot from 5 years ago.
Is it weird to see like kind of like where you're at today versus like then? Because that's like a pretty gnarly progression. If you said like 13,
yeah,
and you're turning 19, so in like a, I don't know, like 5-ish year period,
to
grow a collection like that, like it's pretty insane.
Yeah, it's really surreal. I mean, so for when I started, because I came from memorabilia, and that's what I did. My goal was to kind of flip those $10, $20, $30 cards up, and then buy a signed jersey, Michael Jordan jersey, which was at the time like maybe 2,000, I want to say $2,500, something like that. So that was like my kind of end goal. That's what I was really chasing.
Yeah. So is that how like you've progressed over the years? You're always like, I want to trade this to get something else that I want. Like, was the chase always like the thing that got you to like keep progressing, I guess, in what?
Yeah. So when I actually got to the, I guess the capability of buying that jersey, I didn't even like really want it. I was just like, wow, I'm at the point where I can get it, and I was kind of just after the next thing. So I've always kind of had a drive, like I'd say every year, at the start of the year, a lot of people set goals, and that's something I've been like heavy and consistent on is setting goals, like either sales or acquiring certain cards, completing certain amount of trades, that year. Just always kind of trying to level up.
I respect that. If you're in the chat, guys, 1 second, we're gonna get the chat back up. The TV went down a little bit, but I appreciate it. Sorry, guys. There we go. We're back. Somebody said Natey has something against thighs. That's funny. The chat is insane right now. I love it. That is funny. Okay, anyways. Okay, so you're a young kid, like you're doing your thing. Now you have this insane collection. What is the like you graduated, you just graduated
High school, yeah.
like this week, right? Or last week?
Yeah.
So what's the decision of like, all right, am I gonna go do this full time in a way, or do I want to go to school? Like what happened there?
I was very torn about it. Like if you were to ask me last year, I was saying like there's not a chance I'm going to school.
Yeah.
I was like fully sold on cards. I still kind of am there right now. Like I'd gladly just do cards, but I guess I really don't want to miss out. And I learned that I know a lot of people that are in college right now that are doing cards as well, and are traveling to shows and doing everything. So I was just like, you know what, why not go to college and try to do cards, alongside.
So you're gonna go to college and do both, basically.
Yeah.
And do you like? Are you basically going to college? Like, I guess like, what's the goal of college?
I mean, really, just to meet people, like other people that have similar ideas. I actually know a couple people that do cards that are going to my school, University of Tampa. So
other card people?
Yeah, there's a couple other people.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool to see. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really a unique experience down there.
I feel like because if somebody sees like from an outside perspective, they'd be like, why would he go to school? I mean, there's no, but it seems like for you want to kind of go for the experience and getting connections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just enjoy your time.
Yeah.
And what is like what do you want to be in cards like long term in a way? Like what's kind of your thinking there?
I think cards for me, it's always going to be part of my life. Even if I get out of it a little bit here and there or something down the line, I feel like I'm always going to see like a Giannis patch auto or like something unique, and I'm always going to have it,
Yeah.
Or want to get it or something like that. I might not be so heavy on like flipping and the resale aspect of cards, but I feel like from the collecting aspect, like cards are always going to be part of my life. I want to say.
I like it. I mean, I feel like this is like a certain time too, in a period where a lot of values of cards have gone down a lot, and like there's like a lot of people exiting the market. I'm sure, like as you know, so it's cool to see like just like people like be like, yo, like I'm gonna be in this no matter where the market goes. Because when you started, it wasn't like it was like at this today. You're doing it because you enjoyed it, and that's the exact reason why you're doing it today, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of the people that are kind of exiting the hobby are the people that were buying, let's say, like Luka Prism base PSA 10s at like 1,800 or 2,000, and they were kind of just buying to resell. They weren't really into cards because they like cards. They were just in it from the money aspect. The people that are here doing cards right now, they either got in during the COVID time, because they saw the money, but then kind of fell in love with the cards themselves, not really just the money that comes along with it, or they've been here from before COVID, before the insane boom that we had over the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like COVID brought so many people in, but it would be unrealistic to think that every single one of those people would stay in the market.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I think from like, if you look at it from a positive aspect, if all those people came to the market and we could hold a portion of those people to be long-term collectors and investors, whatever you want to call it, I mean, I think that's like a positive thing because that just grows the industry as a whole.
Yeah, I agree.
Where are some of your like I mean, because you've been doing this for a couple years now. Where are some of like the areas and plays like you've been making where you see there's like opportunity? So are you going after more like base, like how we said, base and silver cards? Are you going after patch autos, or any specific kind of collector's item? Like where are you kind of putting your focus right now?
I think nowadays it's really exquisite, patch autos, getting away from base cards, even like top scrum refractors and stuff like that. Like it's serial numbered, but it's high serial number. I'm kind of just looking more so for autographs, low pop, just kind of getting away from, like Prism Silvers and stuff
Have you found it
there's a
tougher to
lot of.
move like that
Mm.
sort of stuff, the base and the silvers and stuff like that?
Nowadays, yeah, for sure. For sure. I think what was it, maybe like a year and a half ago during COVID, that stuff was super liquid. And now it's still liquid in a sense that there's sales like, every day, every other day of the card, but there's just so many out there. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of moving away.
What I mean, you're a Bucks fan, right? You're a
Yeah.
hardcore. So are you buying like a lot of Giannis right now because they just got bounced by the Celtics?
I'm ready to buy a lot of Giannis stuff like next month. I think this stuff is gonna go down, but certain
Interesting.
stuff. I think
Like the color and stuff like that?
yeah, I think some color. I think like the higher end stuff's gonna hold really well. I mean I can see like rookie sticker autos, that are like 2,000, 3,000 bucks, like those going down, 30, 40%. That's normal, that's just kind of the market correcting itself. If they won, they would have went up. Who knows
So do you
how
think
much,
like
but
for example, like if the Warriors win the finals, right?
yeah.
Do you think Steph Curry stuff will go up like 10%?
I think Curry stuff sees a jump for sure. It's just I don't know how much it's going to go up because I think a lot of people are expecting the Warriors to win, and I think the Warriors winning is kind of embedded into Curry's price.
But like his stuff actually has come down from like a couple months ago.
It has,
Like his Chrome 10, I remember was like 55 or 60,000. That's like a $30,000 card now, I want to say.
yeah.
So like it is weird.
I think that's just the market as well, though. I think the market on that type of stuff has just come down in general, and I think it's because of LeBron for most of the higher end stuff, from what I've seen. Just because it's like the LeBron top scrum PSA 10 or like LeBron top scrum refractor PSA 10, with that card coming down a lot, it kind of leads a lot of other cards coming down. Like KD refractor PSA 10s have
Yeah, they're like 11,000
yeah,
now.
they came down a lot, but when those were doing maybe 20, 25,000, everyone that was buying those was comparing that card to the LeBron. They're like, okay, it's a third of the LeBron.
Yeah.
The LeBron doing like, what are they now, like 55, 60,000?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting for sure.
I think the Curry is like the most, because I remember a refractor 10 did like 220,000. I think that came down. I don't remember what the last comp was, but I want to say it was like mid hundreds.
I want to say like 140 recently, just now in PWCC.
Yeah,
something like that.
It would be interesting to see if they do win, what happens with those like kind of two cards in particular, because I think that's like a weird, like kind of like I don't know, intriguing card to look at.
Yeah.
Because if they win, it technically should go up, but it might not.
I think Jason Tatum stuff, if the Boston Celtics win, also Jaylen Brown too, but I think mostly Tatum stuff is going to explode. Like his stuff's just going to go crazy if.
So you'd say that
wins.
if the if the Celtics win, Tatum stuff would go more.
His stuff
would go up
more than Curry's
Curry
winning. I think so personally. I think just more people. The way I always look at it is it's kind of embedded into the price, like them winning it, right? So I think more people think that Golden State's going to win it over Boston. So I think it's whenever you have like the shocking factor, like, oh, nobody was expecting them and then they won, that's when everyone's like surprised and then they start buying. From what I've seen,
yeah,
over the last couple of years.
I agree. I think I don't think anybody thought when the Celtics were in the playoffs that they would be the ones winning the chip.
Yeah.
So maybe we have to go buy some Tatum tonight.
Yeah. I think Curry stuff too, like cheap rookie autos that are maybe 3,000, 5,000 in that range, those see a large jump.
Card Game said facts, and the gap between Luka and Tatum is going to go past Luka, in my opinion.
Ooh, it's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
I don't know if I would say Tatum past Luka, but Tatum's prices can progress faster than Luka's can.
Yeah,
because Luka's already so high.
Luka's interesting to me because I really like Luka as a player, But I don't like his card market.
Yeah, it used to be you'd love his card market like 2 years ago, but now like it's so high.
It's so high.
And it's tough to move his stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, it's just because like if you don't win, I mean, we've seen what happens. So like guys, for example, a good example is like Mike Trout, for example. I'm not big for I'm not big on baseball, but that guy's amazing, but he just can't win.
Baseball's a little bit different though, because it's hard to be. It's like one
Right.
player like can't control the game as much as like basketball, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But if they do win a World Series this year, it'd be insane.
Yeah.
Somebody said all cards have come down. Inflation, gas prices, and off season except baseball. What do you think about that?
It's interesting because I mean, you see the stock market going down, you see crypto going down, NFTs are down, so it's like everything's kind of down except for gas prices. But it's I think it's normal, it's just market correction. Cards are going down with everything else. But I honestly like if you compare it to other stuff, like compare to crypto, I think cards are holding on the
Stronger than
best.
crypto?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on crypto and like NFTs. I know NFTs have went down a lot, and I mean,
Yeah.
you can speak onto that. I'm not big on that, so I can't really talk much on it.
Well, yeah, some
Yeah,
cryptocurrencies almost went to zero. I mean, Luna
heard about
literally
that.
went to zero.
Luna, yeah,
So like,
R.I.P.
and some NFTs went to legit zero.
Yeah,
So, I mean, in cards, the only thing I guess you could compare that to is like maybe the base market. Like we have base, like if you go
yeah,
into a card shop right now, you
hmm
have $5 slabs, which a year and a half ago would never like happen
yeah,
because those $5 slabs probably sold for like 40 or $50. But that's not as significant as like the crypto. Like Luna was, I guess, I mean, Luna got up to 100 and now it's worth zero. So, I mean, I guess that's maybe like, I mean, that's like a big reach, but yeah, I agree with you. Cards have held stronger than
I'm
other
trying to think of a
assets.
card that has come down like the most. Like I'm starting to think
This
of
is a
like
good
Sign
one.
Prism PSA 10. Like what's a card that dropped the most? Kobe Stardate PSA 10s got up to 70,000. What are they now? 8 grand,
Yeah.
5 grand, 10 grand, something like that.
But whoever bought that at 70 had to know that that was like insane.
I don't even know if those were real. I know a couple at 50
Those
were
were the ones
real,
that
but
sold on
like,
Golden. Didn't those
yeah,
sell on Golden?
was it
I
golden?
think it was Golden.
I mean, that was real then. But that's like it's crazy. I mean, you look at Luca Prism Base 10s; those
They
got up to
were,
2 grand, 2,200.
and now they're 400.
Yeah, $400 now.
But still, yeah,
Someone said Kobe Topps Papers.
they
Those
got up to
were
10K,
10K.
and
Yeah,
now they're 2,000.
yeah, that sounds about right. So it's like that type of stuff's down like 80%
Yeah, when you look at it now,
from the ceiling though.
but when you look at it from like the terms of like, I bought that card at $100. I bought that card like at $1,000. I bought that card at like $3,000. I bought that card at $5,000. I bought that card at $7,000. It's interesting.
Yeah, but then you got to look at if you look at like a 3 year or 5 year chart of that card.
Oh,
That's when it really
it's
gets interesting.
dirty.
If you look at a 1 year chart, I mean, yeah, it's not looking too good
Yeah.
on a lot of this stuff, but you look at a 3 or 5 year and you're just like, okay, it's still up like 5-10x from what it was before.
Somebody said Fanatics monopoly in the future won't help prices either. I don't know. I think Fanatics is going to be it's going to be interesting. Like I haven't thought about it as terms of card prices yet. I've thought about it in terms of wax. If that makes sense. Because the cards are most likely still going to be the same. Like Fanatics, like there's going to be a Topps product.
Right.
So it's going to be like very similar to what it is today, right?
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know. I know like shops and breakers are very excited for Fanatics.
Yeah.
But I think, well, it depends who it is. The ones that have been stable with Panini, and have a really good connection with Panini, they're not too happy. But if you're a new breaker and you're getting into the industry right now, I mean, it's real tough to get an allocation, or if you just open a shop. And I know that Fanatics is going to be targeting like new shops, the new breakers. They want the new, I mean, the new people that are getting into the hobby, and they want to hook them up.
Yeah, Fanatics owns Topps, bought them for 500 mil. I don't know if that's the exact number, but I think that there's going to be more of that. Like, I don't think Upper Deck has been bought yet, right?
Not yet, no.
I think Fanatics buying Upper
Yeah, they
Deck would
weren't.
be legit
I mean, I think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna own all.
because you'd bring Exquisite back.
I don't think Exquisite ever comes back.
Really?
No, there's no way.
That's kind of sad.
I don't think so.
I mean, you can get MJ because Exquisite
Because
or
MJ won't sign again.
but doesn't Upper Deck has a contract with MJ still, right?
They have the licensing, but it's like I don't know like all the behind the scenes. But I don't.
Here's a good question though.
I don't
Let's say
think MJ
for
signs.
some reason Fanatics bought Upper Deck comes back with Exquisite, right? MJ for some reason starts signing again. Do you think MJ auto prices would go down or up?
I think there's two ways to look at it because there's the older, not vintage, but you know what I mean, like the older, like the limited logos from 03, 04, 05, and any Exquisite stuff. That stuff I think that stuff's gonna hold for sure.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be interesting to see like comparing the new prices, the new cards to that. I don't think it's gonna even happen, but hypothetically, if it happened, I don't know. I think like kind of the OG collectors, they're gonna want the 03, 04, 05, 06, you know.
Yeah.
So I think those prices are gonna hold well.
MJ's minority owner of Upper Deck. Do you know that?
Did not know that.
I didn't know that.
I'm not really too surprised though. It's MJ.
Yeah, he has everything.
Yeah.
How about Braun Exquisite stuff? I mean, I think that stuff is becoming a buy, but you have to be a long-term, you have to be long-term thinking, I guess. What do you think?
I love LeBron Exquisite stuff right now. I'm not a big LeBron guy myself, but from what stuff was at to what it is now, I think LeBron Exquisite stuff. I mean, I've been picking some up here and there,
But are you thinking about it in terms of like holding it and then selling it when the season starts, or are you like long-term thinking it?
So kind of when I buy that type of stuff, like any Exquisite card or anything, you know, LeBron patch auto, anything high end like that, it's something where like, okay, if I can move it, make a little bit on it in cash trade or sell it outright, I'll do it. If it makes sense for me, and then move on and buy something even better.
Yeah.
But I buy all that stuff thinking, okay, if I can't make some money short term, like I don't mind holding it.
Gotcha.
So some stuff I end up holding if nobody wants to pay more than I did. Otherwise, I don't mind moving it.
Damn. I got a bug in my face. Okay, somebody said how about MJ North Carolina Exquisite stuff? I don't like his Call of Duty stuff. It doesn't sell that well. It's hard to move, and then you get crushed when you want to move it.
It used to be really good, and I think that stuff goes up a little bit. But it's also just like, look, if you're a collector, like me, for example, like 5 years ago, I wanted a Jordan signed jersey. There's people out there that are doing the same thing, you know, flipping $5, $10, $20 cards, and they want, you know, a big Jordan card or something like that. And they're chasing something. So when you're looking for an affordable Jordan auto, I mean, for $1,500, $2,000, whatever the MJ UNC autos are at, I mean, I think those are always going to hold, just because there's always going to be people wanting them.
I guess it's just like a tougher move in a way.
I think it's a tougher move when you start dealing with like Bulls,
Yeah.
Uni and like Exquisite and the higher end stuff. Nobody wants that stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For new collectors and people that are trying to work their way up, it's really desirable.
Plug in Valley said, "Are Herbert and Allen prices going to hold during season?" I think it's a good buy right now to sell. Like it gets close to season.
Yeah.
But I think it's just more of like how they play. If they play insane, it'll go up. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean, we saw what happened with Mahomes stuff. He didn't have the greatest start, and then his prices went down.
His prices literally tanked.
Yeah, it went down a lot, but then they started picking up because teams started to pick up. But I think football stuff right now and selling before the season, obviously, is the play.
Yeah, I mean, it's just scary how like Mahomes stuff, like literally nobody wants right now. It's like very weird to me.
I think Mahomes is a buy right now.
Oh, I agree.
I think Mahomes is a great buy.
But if you look at like their chart, like if you look at like a Mahomes chart, it's like weird.
It is. I've seen it, and it's very interesting.
This is a good question. Any concern of oversaturation in the card market? I'm seeing Jackass cards and other cards coming online similar to the 90s. You want to take that one?
I mean, I guess that's like Prism Base, right? And like, I don't know, Chronicles and all those kind of weird. I'm trying to think of like weird brands that Panini's put out just because Like 2 years ago, I think they had the most.
Remember when
Most
Mosaic came
most
out and
brands.
everybody was like in love with it?
Yeah, and then they came up with like Mosaic Black or Prism Black. I still don't know what that is. Like it's so weird.
I just can't remember the Mosaic craze. People were literally just ripping Mosaic all day and sending it to PSA,
Yeah.
and that's why you see so much Mosaic stuff like PSA slab. It's like very very cheap. So like I think that just like anything else, when stuff goes up, it has to come down.
Yeah.
And I think but the other thing is like you still can make money. Like you can still buy all that stuff, a $5 slab for $2
Yeah.
in bulk and sell it. So it doesn't change from the fact that there's still, if you're buying at margin, there's still opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I think
I
people
agree.
are in this weird cycle of they see prices coming down, but that doesn't mean that you can't make money.
Yeah. No,
Right?
you just gotta buy lower.
Exactly. Like if you were buying, like I remember like in the when everything was super liquid, I was pretty sure I was paying like 85 to like 95% on stuff
Yeah.
because it was so liquid. But now, like, I mean, you wouldn't do that unless it's something that you really, really want, right? Or you
Right. Or
knew
just
that,
high end.
yeah,
I
or
mean,
high end. But if it's like in that middle group of everything else, like, I mean, it's
no, you'd be lower on it.
yeah,
Yeah. But I do remember that like during COVID, what was it? Trying to think. March, maybe or no, January to March
yeah,
2020. You would get a card in the mail. I remember this with like Kobe inserts, Kobe Topps papers. You buy it for like 1900, sells like 2000, 2200. You know, you're paying fairly strong on the card, fair price. Comes in like 3, 4 days later, and there's comps at like 3 grand on it.
yeah.
And then like every week it was just going up like 20%, 30%. Like that was just insane.
We have a really good question that came in from LP Sports Cards. What's your gauge for the market as a whole? There will always be new highs because of the scarcity. Do you guys use an index or do you gauge it well based on your personal network? Card shows liquidity and auction houses. I mean, he's basically asking like, how do you feel out the market?
I think you just kind of when you travel, you see like for example, I was just at the Dallas show, so you can see like people don't want LeBron stuff right now, rookie stuff. They want football. They want Josh Allen. You know, they want Justin Herbert, and you can kind of feel out what the buyers want because it's at the end of the day, it's all supply and demand.
Yeah,
So if nobody wants something, yeah, auctions are going to go less because nobody's going to be bidding on it. Comps are going to, you know, and for less, and the market's going to go down on that stuff. At the end of the day, it's just supply and demand. You just got to know what the buyer wants.
yeah. I think like one thing I do at shows is I always ask people, what are you looking for? And then that's how you can kind of like see patterns as well. Um, I mean, right now, like we talked about it last episode, with Shy's episode, we talked about football a lot because everybody's trying to buy football again, and our national football is going to be really hot. So like, there's like market trends like that are always like going to be there. Um, for example, last national, um, F1, nobody was talking about, literally nobody.
Yeah,
And now what is everybody talking about? F1.
definitely.
So I
Yeah,
think like if you're ever early on some stuff, um, like not a lot of other people are going to see it, and you might think that you're like a little like insane. People will probably think you're a little insane or stupid or whatever. So you have to be able to like take that, those hits of people not agreeing with you, and that's fine, right? So but you have to be okay with that, right? When people are looking at you like, hey, you just bought I don't know, what's like something like weird right now.
I don't know, like tennis cards.
Tennis cards aren't weird. They're not.
I don't know. I
But
mean,
yeah, I could see that. What is something like really weird right now? Like if
oh,
you bought
I guess you could say Marvel, but that trend
the
kind of.
Marvel, yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
already been there.
um,
What did you say?
Fortnite,
Kawhi,
Kawhi stuff.
Kawhi stuff.
Kawhi cards are very weird right now.
Yeah, I mean they're really really low. I mean,
Oh, you know what? The Panini blockchain.
oh
You
yeah,
showed me one of those. What was it? Yesterday or two
yeah,
days
yeah, yeah.
ago?
There's like a Burrow card. Yep.
Yeah, those are very weird right now because it's like it's not a fake card. It's a real card, real autograph, but like it's not a brand.
Yeah.
WWE, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Yeah. Another really good question. Thoughts on the negative trend of shill bidding? How does the hobby get educated on shill bidding? Thoughts on eBay being the price guide? How does the hobby get away from valuing eBay price? Okay, so number one thing, I don't believe eBay is the price guide. We have way more educated things like Card Ladder and Alt, where you could use to get a way better price guide versus eBay, because eBay you don't know if this thing actually sold or not, and Card Ladder and Alt you do. Um, Thoughts on the negative trend of shill? I mean, shill bidding has always been in the industry, always. So that's why you need to use these apps and these platforms like Card Ladder and Alt, because that's good information that can give you a good educated decision on your purchase. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting with eBay because if you have like one card, I've always been kind of, I won't say like sketched out of it, but always, been careful. Let's say you're buying a card, it's very unique, and there's one there's one comp at like 7,500, and
Yeah,
it's buy it now, which
yeah,
means one guy was willing to pay 7,500.
yeah,
With an auction, if it sells for 7,500, one guy is willing to pay 7,500, and the other one's willing to pay 7,400.
yeah.
So at least at that point, you have two guys, and then you can also see, okay, maybe there's a third guy that bid like 6,500.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with eBay is like buy it now comps are a little iffy, but there's also no shill bidding. You can verify the sale with that too.
There's also an app for raw cards that I really like, and I think it's going to be big. I don't know. Once people get to know about it, it's called Center Stage. I've used it. It's been solid. If you guys want to look into that, I think it's worth it. Because I don't think is anything else for raw cards right now where you can like check stuff.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Yeah, somebody said Center Stage legit. There you go. Yeah, I mean that might help you guys as well. Yeah, somebody said it's all anybody wants to know are the comps, and that's why you have to be very specific. I think of what you're buying now is because, um, if you're buying a card that keeps comping out, it might be tough to make a margin, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean, on the card, versus you're buying something that's really rare and you're buying in like a weak funnel of a market, and that could be a good opportunity to buy.
I think it's also interesting too because I think there's on certain cards there's more sales at shows or like off eBay. Not even on like my slabs, like just straight up like in person deals that aren't tracked online, which is very interesting. Because when you're talking eBay, okay, there's like two comps. Let's say last month it sold 5,000, but if you know of a legit sale, let's say at the Dallas show a week ago, it sold for 8 grand. I mean, how do you distinguish the two and everything like
I
that?
see what you're saying, like if you know about comps or sales
Like private
off private
sales.
sales.
Yeah,
That's the benefit of being able to go to shows and like be involved with like the community and stuff. You figure out those things, so that gives you the education to when you see something on eBay that sold for 5 and you knew somebody paid 8. I mean, that's a good buy, but not the everyday person, I feel like, would know that, right?
right. That's just from like going to shows and
Yeah.
having that knowledge.
Do you like going and buying like at shows, or would you rather just do it in an auction house?
Uh, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, I like it more in person, but I think online it's just so easy because you're just clicking buttons on your computer, and next thing you know, you bought a card.
What
It's just more convenient, I guess. That would be the way to put it.
what are some auction houses that you uh been liking, like
Uh,
buying off of?
I mean, the big three: PWCC, Golden, and Alt. Those are the big three that I'm on.
Solid. Somebody said I agree, but we need to do more. We need more people talking about the alternative sources for information. I feel a lot of content being put out doesn't talk about it enough. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of good content out in the industry right now. I also think we're in a very, cards have gone down, and I think when anything goes down, people get upset and they get angry, and I think that is what's showing with the content too, I guess. If you pull up Instagram in the card community, it's not 95% positive stuff, right? It's a different
Yeah,
percentage
yeah,
point. So I think we do need more people that like think about this industry from a long-term perspective. So like when you have a big uproar, a big downturn, you keep it macro, and like really take the situation as like more of an education period versus like the world's ending type vibe. That's just me though.
Yeah, I think the only issue with that is like not everyone's in it for the long run. You know, not everyone's here to buy, sell cards for the next 10, 20 years. Some people got into it because of COVID and they're still into it because, you know, they're still making money.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're kind of like, all right, I might be done with it in a year. So they're not really looking for, you know, to retain the market for 5, 10 years.
Yeah. Somebody said, should auction houses start putting the buyer's premium price next to the bid price? I think they like if you put a bid. So let's say you put in a bid on a card for $10,000 and it's a 20% BP, it will say like all in 12,000, right? Or I don't know if I did that math right.
I know PWCC does. Alt doesn't have buyer premium.
Yeah.
And I mean, Golden.
Well, all just officially tonight they're doing extended bidding.
Yeah.
So there's no buyer's premium with that though, right?
Not that I know of.
Me neither.
I don't think so. But I mean, it's also kind of everyone knows it's 20%. So it's just at the end of the day, it's just an extra step.
Yeah, Golden does for sure. I mean, how long have you been collecting for? Somebody asked.
5 years.
Sheesh. I can't believe you're going to college.
Yeah. 6 years actually, I guess. It's been 6 now.
Franklin, would you go to college in his hitch?
Oh, the his shoes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like school though. This is me.
Got you. Yeah. Do you like school?
No.
So you're purely going for like the vibes.
I mean, look, if it doesn't work out,
yeah, you're just DOS.
I'm out. That's exactly how I look at it. If it doesn't work out and I don't like it at all, whatever. I mean, look, I'm back to where I was going to be originally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. It makes sense. How long have you been collecting for? Golden does for sure. If you had to pick one auction house to buy off of, which would it be?
Oh man,
we're gonna get some. You're gonna get some calls later. So we have Heritage, we have Golden, we have PWCC.
All right, I can comfortably say Heritage is not in the conversation.
Okay.
I don't know anybody in Heritage. They still haven't shipped my package out, so hopefully.
That's pain.
But I don't think I'm going to get anyone really mad at Heritage over there. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. Can't really...
You just put all those as number one?
I mean, great people at Alt. Other people at Alt.
Yeah. What do you think about what they're doing though? Like
what with
Alt in general? No, not extended, but just like their company.
I think it's good. I mean, I think it's really interesting because with their fund, there's a lot going on that we don't really know about because that's just like a whole nother level of investors.
Yeah.
But I think it's good.
Well, I mean, like, can you like for the viewer, basically what Alt does is they have a marketplace, right? Where they have liquid auctions every 2 weeks where it's literally just an auction of like around 200 cards, and it's all numbered cards, I believe. Most of it's numbered.
Yeah.
Everything's graded, and it's a pretty cool collection of high-end inventory. And they also have a fund behind the scenes where you can like invest in the fund, but I don't think everybody can, like the everyday person can't.
I know it's very private, and it's only available to like certain investors and certain people.
And they have a vault, and where you can send your cards in, keep in the vault, and buy and sell. But what they've been doing is like they go to like card shows and stuff, and they buy cards.
Yeah,
they're almost like a big dealer in a way. And so like at the last Dallas show, I wasn't there, but can you kind of explain like what was going on over there with Alt?
Oh, with what they were doing?
Yeah,
yeah, sure. So instead of buying the cards for cash, what they were doing was they would take your cards in, and let's say your card is worth $10,000. Both parties mutually agree the card is valued at $10,000. They would advance to 80%. So they would front you $8,000, and then it's your card running on their auction, next week or in 2 weeks, whenever. And let's say the card goes for $9,000, you would receive the $1,000 minus, I don't know what their fee was. I think it was 4% or maybe 8%. So you receive like 96 or 94% or 92%, whatever it is, of the difference. But if the card sells for $6,000, goes very cheap, you still get the $8,000 advance. So the advance that they give you, the 80% is guaranteed.
So they're taking the risk essentially.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I saw there was like a video of, I don't know if it was a video or a picture. There was like a line to their like hotel room or
So
something like
sweet.
that.
Yeah. I think the way they did it was really cool. It was kind of like it was a private suite. They had a few buyers in there that were, looking up the cards, doing everything. And then one person goes out, person comes in. I mean, it was nice because it was very private. So if you're the buyer that's walking through the door, sure, you had to wait maybe an hour, 2 hours in the line. But at the end of the day, if you're going in to sell 20, 30, $50,000 worth of cards or whatever, it's worth it.
Do you think that helped the show in general, liquidity wise?
For sure, because people came to the show the next day, let's say, and sure, they had money, like they got paid out in all credit or they got wire or whatever, but they know, like, okay, I have this money coming in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And they were able to, I'm sure there were people that were able to buy certain cards. Be like, look, I'll pay you in a couple of days once the wire hits, once I get the funds. Definitely helped people sell cards at the show because people had more money and they were more liquid.
That's like the interesting part. Like a lot of dealers, they have like big cards where like it's kind of tough to move right now, and them coming in being able to, make that happen and giving people liquidity, I think is huge. I think what they're trying to do now is get more eyes on their their liquid auctions, because in general a lot of the stuff does, I mean, some stuff does well, but a lot of stuff kind of runs cheap.
Mhm.
So like, let's say you're selling a card to me that's worth 10,000, and it ends up going for 8 on the marketplace. That's setting the new comp, right? So I think they're doing a great benefit for the industry, but they also have to bring more eyes to their auctions, because they need to. I mean, they don't want prices to go down in a way. You know what I mean? So it's kind of this like weird dynamic, and they haven't really marketed yet. So we're talking about alt. So we haven't really They haven't really marketed yet. So it's going to be cool to see when they actually start, dialing in on their marketing. Because I think from there it could be really cool. What are some other companies that that are startups that are kind of going on?
Oh man, I'm trying to think of what there is.
I can give you a couple.
Yeah,
options.
toss me a couple names.
We got Whatnot.
Love Whatnot.
Yeah.
I like the app. I mean, the app is just so convenient, and I know how it is with sellers too. I'm not really on it.
He gets steals on my shows, bro.
I have won some stuff on SashaT show.
We're gonna try to go on like way more now too. We're getting there. We put in some work today.
Yeah.
With some cards with Franklin.
I like how it is though. Like if I had Whatnot like 3 years ago, I mean, I was big on Instagram when it came to like breaking, retail wax, and all that, and like polls and that type of stuff. That's how I got going. Now I don't really do Instagram lives.
Yeah.
Maybe here and there, whatever, but it's not really to sell. If Whatnot was around like 3-4 years ago, it would have been a game changer.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is.
And that's the thing. Like, imagine if all these people on Instagram 3 years ago had Whatnot.
Well, that's why Whatnot's so successful right now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they found a niche in the market. Like, that's what people need.
Yeah.
From both ends.
Yeah.
And
it's not just cards. It's like everything. So it's good. Do you think RPAs, patches, and cards are helping the low to mid-range collector? All anyone wants is the big stars, and those are all out of the range. Yeah, I think RPAs and patches do help collectors, because that's what collectors want.
Yeah,
they don't really want the base stuff; they want the patches and patch autos.
I think for the majority, I mean, I guess there's some people that are still after the inserts, and that type of stuff. But I think for the majority, like for me, I'd rather own when you're getting an RPA. Okay, first it's from his rookie, then it's a patch. Most of the time, it's game worn. And then obviously you have the autograph of the player. So, if it's on card, the player physically touched that card. So it adds a certain, like, I don't know, it makes the card more special than just a card that was printed out of a machine and is worth $50,000.
There's like a story behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Is that what you prefer? Like, because it seems like you prefer patches and patch autos and stuff like that. And is it more because, like, you as a collector understand it? So when you go to sell it, I don't know, you could like explain the card in a way.
Yep.
Versus like a base card. I mean, it could
It's hard. It's hard for me to talk up a base card and be like, should really buy this. Like, I mean, like if I was selling a Luka Prism Base 10 right
Yeah.
now, I don't know how I would like.
You should be like,
What's your sales pitch with that?
it's tough.
Invest.
I
really don't know. I feel like when you have like exquisite patch up autos, it's like a 3-color patch. You got a nice patch on there.
I want to know though.
autograph,
Have Luka base 10s gone up since he like got into the Western Conference Finals?
It's a great question. Don't really know.
Do we know what a Luka base 10 goes for right now?
Can we get like a little card ladder chart maybe the last month or something?
Or all?
Shia, maybe.
I wonder if it
like the
little price guide. I'm actually really curious because
they've had it went up like at least something, right?
But
otherwise,
if it
nobody
didn't,
wants them though. I feel like a better card would be like what's like
silver?
I don't know, a rookie autograph that's numbered to like $2.99. You know, something.
That's hard. That's still hard to comp out.
It is.
These are some good questions. Somebody said national takes. Sorry. So I'm thinking national. Like, what do you think about Atlantic City in the next couple of months?
We talking like what cards are going to sell there, or show in general?
I think show in general.
I think the show's gonna be really good, but it's also just the way the card market is.
Yeah,
Atlantic City is a really bad spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot.
I haven't been there because
saying that.
It was what was it? It was 2016. I went to the show. 2017 Chicago or something like that. The first national I went to was the one after Atlantic City. So this is gonna be my first time going there. But from what I've heard,
we have the Luka. We have the Luka trend.
It's brutal. That's a 1 month.
The last sale was 400. So has that gone up since like a month ago?
No, there's no way. I think they were like maybe a hair under 5.
Like I think they were 350 at one point. No. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
It's rough. Yet to be determined. Alt does not like to give me dates.
Alt doesn't like giving us dates right now.
No one is stoked that it's in Atlantic City. Yeah, the only people that I know are excited about Atlantic City are people that live
within New Jersey and stuff like that.
Yeah, that live like 30 minutes, an hour away.
I would think a West Coast national would be dope.
Yeah, I mean, definitely better than Atlantic City. I think the problem is, from what I've heard, is they would lose the East Coast people. But the thing about the national that's very interesting is they're very like old school.
They are.
They're very old school. And it's kind of like if you have a table every year, you get a table the following year and so forth. So a lot of the new vendors that they might have like $2, $3, $5 million in cards, they can't get a table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, there's tables that will have like dollar boxes, which is good. I mean, it shouldn't be just all high end at the show, but it's very like the people that run the national are very old school. And from what I've heard is they won't move it to the West Coast because they won't lose the East Coast drivers. They're not going to make the drive, and they're all driving. You know, they'll drive to the Midwest, Chicago for the show.
Yeah. Somebody was asking about like non-game use patches, and I just think that sucks. I think everything should be game use.
It's really dumb. I don't know why Panini does it. I guess on some rookie stuff I understand it because it's like you can't get a game worn depending on when they make the card. But outside of that, I don't know. Like football is weird. I know a lot of football stuff is not game worn.
But then like I feel like people don't understand it. Like when people say game worn, because if they actually look at it, they're like, damn, this dude didn't even wear it. It's just like a jersey.
Yeah.
It's like
it's just a jersey out of a random, jersey. Like, it's a piece that was cut out from a jersey that you can just buy at the store for $100.
Yeah. Somebody asked how much is a table at the National?
Yeah. I don't know because
I don't even know.
I can't get a table direct, so I don't know. I mean the
resale
you have to buy tables
resale,
are it's very high.
It's like 3,000 or something.
Range from like it depends who you get it from, but yeah. I know last year somebody that sold a showcase for $2,500, which is insane. Because that would put a table valuation at like 10,000.
So now you guys know how much it costs to set up the National.
That shouldn't be normal. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe like $500 a showcase or something like that. It's definitely more than Dallas and like Chicago show and stuff like that.
Somebody asked, start the international on the West Coast and draw in Asian market. I would like to see like a more I'm in the Nationals, like an international show, but like
Yeah.
it would be cool to have like another one. I don't know. There's so many shows happening though now. Maybe there's just, I mean, like where we're at, there's a show.
Isn't the Burbank show supposed to be like the West Coast National?
I believe so. That's what they're calling it. The West Coast Nationals.
I think that's
yeah.
gonna be a really good show.
Yeah, I think Burbank's gonna be really good. I'm excited to see that show. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and it's gonna be nice too because a lot of people are gonna make deals with the National, and the show isn't like right after the National. It's like 3 weeks afterwards, so there's some time, to kick back. It's not like the following week. A lot of people are gonna have new inventory, new cards that they want to sell.
Yeah,
and maybe they sell a lot of stuff, so they're gonna have a lot of cash ready to buy. So I think the timing for the show is really good too. And just overall where it's at and the people that run it, it's gonna be a really good show.
somebody said vendor prices are at Nationals won't come down until card prices come down. I don't agree with. I don't agree with
that.
Yeah, that's a hot take. I think the National. I mean, just getting your hands on a table is extremely tough already. So, I mean, it's gonna be tough for prices to come down on tables. I think I'm going to be setting up actually.
I got a table actually a few days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go. Do you generally get better deals in person at conventions? Never done a deal at a convention. I think it depends. Like a lot of deals that I get, and I know you get, like it's already set up, and then when you go there, like you do the deal.
Yeah.
But you never know who walks up to your table. Like if you're set up, you literally never know what somebody has and what somebody's willing to take on a card or a collection.
Yeah. I think also just walking around too. I mean, if somebody is just either they're cheap into the card or I don't know, maybe they slipped up and not mispriced it, but they just don't really know what it's
just
worth.
need money,
and it's
right?
a rare card, or they need money. Yeah. I mean, on both sides, from either the dealer side or just walking around, you can get good deals.
And I guess that's one of the benefits of having a shop, because I hear a lot of shop owners be like, "Look at this insane collection I got."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "How did you do that?"
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories where it's like they'll buy a collection that's like worth 50,000, and they pay the guy for like $5,000, $3,000. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's interesting. Can you talk about how you took your collecting to the next level from where you are today?
Yeah. I've just kind of been working my way up. So just flipping, I started with like literally $5, $10 cards. Started doing that in bulk. Started going to $50 cards, $100 cards, $200 cards. Grading helped a lot because grading would take a card that was worth maybe $20. Back then, it was like $15 to grade a card, $12 a card. And then if it gemmed, it was maybe $150, $200. So your margins with grading were very high. So grading helped me a lot. And then also, I guess I bought a lot of Giannis stuff too. I did well with Giannis cards. But then at the end of the day, it was all just flipping.
Yeah, I mean, can you dive in a little bit more about grading though? Because like at that, it was a crazy period of time where like
when we were doing the football cards, that's kind of when we first really started, I guess, working together.
Yeah.
And kind of collabing on cards. Back then, like, I mean, cards were just also much cheaper too.
Yeah.
Much more affordable. And I think what it really was the grading price being so cheap to where you can send the card in, and if you buy the card raw, if it's worth $50 and you buy the card raw for $30, $35, and then let's say it comes back a 7 or an 8, a grade that doesn't help the price, you're into it at full comp. And I think that's what we did, and with some of our cards, where we were just kind of buying every possible raw card. Like, what were we buying? I mean, I guess we can let the people know what we did a few years ago.
We were buying Kyler Murray. We were buying Lamar. We were buying
Prisms.
Daniel Jones.
That was horrible. Daniel Jones was horrible.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one that didn't hit.
Lamar Jackson stuff exploded though. Yeah. I remember that. Sam Darnold.
Yeah, we were buying Darnold. We were buying some Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Drew Lock stuff was hot.
I don't remember how we did on that stuff.
Drew Lock was good.
We did good on Drew Lock.
We were buying like everything we could raw, and we were just looking at what PSA 10s go for. That's all we were doing.
I mean, Sasha and I we'd be on FaceTime, sit in front of our computers, look at the raw card, and even if they were selling for, $25, we would just go on eBay and make offers to everybody like $20, $25 and just buy like everything. And then we would just go and take everything and send it all off.
Yeah. So
we would even rarely like not send a card in. We would just, I think it got to a point where we were buying so much and grading was so cheap that we were just sending everything in. Like we graded hundreds of cards.
Yeah, that was a wild period. But yeah, exactly what he said. We would just literally sit on eBay for hours and just FaceTime each other and just go back and forth and put in offers. And then once we got it in, we would just send it to PSA. And then once it came back, we would sell everything. That was like what we did for like a while.
That was a fun period. I remember just like we would sit down and just go on eBay and just buy now. And I'd have like 40 different cards.
Yeah, you get you get mad packages.
Oh my god, the packages were crazy because you're getting 20, 30, 50 $50 cards, all individual packages.
You have to open up every single one of them.
Man.
It was rough.
It was fun though.
But yeah, it was fun and it
was painful.
You were able to learn a lot though. I said that was cool. And like if you can still like do that today, you just have to be a little bit more selective, right? Like I'm trying to think of like a good example of something you could like do today. Like what's like a raw card? Because grading is $50 now. Yeah, it came down.
Yeah, but I think the only issue with that is the base prices on a lot of stuff are down a lot too. Like Luka base 10s, like it's also stuff like that. Like,
but you have to send in something that's like numbered.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of a good example.
Yeah, the $50 rate at PSA is not bad at all. I think it takes a couple months.
Like I have the UFC. I would do it with UFC. UFC Prism, color, all day.
Yeah, I guess pretty
much
because
UFC sells.
You got to send in a card that's worth like minimum, I think maybe $150, $200.
Yeah, I agree.
So you can do it. You just got to have much more capital.
UFC Prism, second year F1. You could probably do a little flip action. Those are just two solid ones. Soccer color of like mid-tier guys you could probably do it because that stuff still sells.
Sure.
Somebody said thoughts on market pricing the LeBron triple logo man at $3 million. Absurd in my opinion, will drop down to 6 figures in the future. Well, I think Shine put out a bid of $3 million, so that set the market.
Yeah, I want to say there was an offer of 5.
And then I think somebody offered 5.
I don't know who it was.
Yeah, I don't know who it was either, but I know. I'm pretty sure it was Shine who offered 3. Yeah. So I think what you're saying is like maybe you wouldn't pay that, but there is somebody out there.
I think it was like Golden and Drake together or something like that. Yeah, offered 5.
There we go.
Not really sure.
So I mean, you really don't, for a lot of these high end cards, you really don't need like, it's not like you need thousands of people. You need 2 guys that say I want to pay $2 million and I want to pay 2.
Yeah, and
then that sets the market. I was talking to somebody like last week and they were telling me how on a lot of these auctions, like high-end auctions, they were really interested to see that there actually isn't like thousands of people bidding on these auctions, just like a small group of people that are just like outbidding each other.
That's how it is with alt.
How it is with alt.
With alt, it's crazy because I'll come up like runner up on the card.
Yep, and then you see who
bidder, I know who won it, and I'm just like, oh man. And then vice versa, and it's just like the same people going after the same cards, and it's just like some guy puts in a max bid of, let's say, I don't know, 30,000, and then you're in at 33. The next bid was like $2,000 or something because nobody else had a chance to bid on it. Like you literally only need 2 people on an auction.
Yeah, it's funny when you go on Instagram and you see who won the card, and you're like, God damn,
yeah,
I wanted that. Hold Hobby Box F1 second year dub. This is just my personal opinion. I think second year is a sell right now.
I'm not a fan of second year, so
yeah,
I like that statement. I agree.
So do you guys see a future in NFT sports cards similar to the real thing? I think there is a future with NFTs coming into the physical asset space and benefiting the market.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on NFTs, so There's that, but I think with people like if you do NFTs and you do cards, then it's gonna be a nice mix. And I think you'll also bring in people. I'm always for bringing more people into the
The market.
the market, and more people getting into cards. So if
Yeah.
there's people that do NFTs and get into sports cards because they own an NFT of a sports card and then they want the physical card, I'm all for it.
Yeah. So let me ask, why does hype set the market and not how good players are? I play a lot of fantasy basketball, and players that have good stats like Kuzma and Derek White, cards go for nothing, while players that have the name go for more. I think it's also because where you play. This is a huge problem with our guy Donovan Mitchell. He plays in Utah. If Donovan Mitchell played,
Who lives in Utah?
I don't know, but if Donovan Mitchell played for, like, let's just say the Lakers
Oh,
or the
man.
Knicks or Brooklyn or
Yeah.
Miami, his prices would probably be double of what they are today.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's also like just physical, like jersey sales. It's all about fan
Yeah.
love, and like if you're a collector, fan of the player, like you want their cards. So it's the same thing. Like why? I mean, I don't know anybody that owns a Kuzma jersey.
Yeah, like Kyle Kuzma
So-
thought he got real big when he was on the Lakers, and he thought he was like the number 1 or 2
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah,
and then we bounced him out, and he's gone, right? So he actually did play good though last season.
he's getting buckets right now.
Yeah,
on-
he's
on the
balling.
Wizards. Yeah,
But like his price, like it would be if he goes off on a hot streak, like I guess his first like 20 games next year, then yeah, his prices will go up.
but it's
but-
also the market that he's in. Like Bradley Beal, for example, like he's been playing incredible.
Yeah,
but he's on the Wizards.
he's on the Wizards.
Nobody
It's
cares.
tough.
Like you can put up 30 a night on the
Yeah.
Wizards, and nobody cares.
But like, let's say you think Donovan Mitchell is going to get traded and go to a big market team, you buy him now.
Oh, like if Bradley Beal went to like a big market or like Donovan Mitchell, you
Yeah.
know, there's a few guys where like that's why the offseason is also very interesting, even because the market's down in general, but there's always guys that, they get traded and oh man, their cards
So
take off.
again, like the guy said, he was in fantasy basketball. Like if you know these things, if you're with the market, if you're into this market 24/7, and you think somebody's going to get traded here or this person's going to play well next season, you can do that what you're doing with fantasy and do it with cards.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of if you're right or if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody said you can kind of play the hype game. Like, for example, every year there's a small window when you can flip new rookie QBs, just sell before they play. That's true. I mean, that's what we did two years ago.
I mean, I think hype is like
Hype is
that's-
everything.
That's what drives the
Yeah.
price.
Like we brought up Curry. Like Curry stuff is cheaper than what it was 2.5 months ago.
Yeah,
It's interesting. I low-key think Curry stuff's a buy right now. But
I do too.
Stafford last year, I don't think Stafford stuff really went that much up.
There was a
after.
window for Stafford stuff. I remember.
It was very small though.
I didn't have any Stafford cards, but I do remember there was a small window for Stafford cards for a few weeks.
It was maybe like I think it was probably less than a few weeks, but
A week. I don't know.
yeah.
I remember there was one small point where everybody was like, "Oh my God, Stafford card! Like I need it."
What is like a piece of advice you can give somebody who's trying to come into the maybe they're the same age you were when you got in, you're 13, 14, and they want to do cards. What's a piece of advice you'd give
Like
them?
from the collector aspect, or like trying to flip, because there's like two different angles at it. I guess.
I would say both. Go collector first.
Go collector first. Just
Yeah.
buy what you like. I mean, I wouldn't really listen to anybody else. Like if you like the way the card is, forget the value. Like if you're a collector, you're collecting the card because you like it, right? So somebody else's opinion, like you should buy this card over this card. Sure, maybe for long time holds or like, but that's just a money aspect. That's the investing aspect. Strictly from collecting, just buy what you like. And you hear it always. So everybody kind of says buy what you like. But at the end of the day, if something were to happen and you spend $100 on a card and it goes to nothing, and $100 to you is a lot of money. At the end of the day, you have a card that you like.
Yeah. And then what about from like a business standpoint?
From a business standpoint, work your way up. It's easier said than done, but don't go into it kind of if you don't do cards and let's say you have $10,000, right? Don't go into it like, okay, let me buy a card for 10 grand or it's even 7 grand and try to flip it for 10. Like, no, don't use all your bankroll. You know, buy a card for maybe $300, $400 and kind of work your way up. I like what that comment right there is. When I was 13 and today's 13-year-old is not even remotely the same. And that's very true. The people that I see now that are getting into the hobby and are 13, it's crazy.
They're way smarter.
Way smarter. And it's just also where the market is too. You know, when I was 13, like Jordan Fleer PSA 10s were 15,000 at the National. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is cool seeing like kids like having already all on their app and card ladder, and they're like, the last comp was this much, and I'm just like, damn, like they know what they're doing. It's cool to see, and it's good to see that, but it's also good to see like the collectors of young kids who just like enjoying cards, right, and ripping packs.
Yeah,
and
yeah. So I mean, if you're a collector, just buy what you like. But if you're investing, just work your way up. Be patient. Don't get too greedy. Take profits. And yeah, just be patient and work your way up. Don't be too like eager. You know, just I want to hop in and make $5,000. No, like make 500, but do that 10 times.
Somebody said when I was 13, there was no such thing as $5,000 boxes for 8 cards.
That's true.
It is crazy, but that's like where the gambling aspect comes in. People love to gamble.
So I don't remember how much NT was. Maybe $1,000. I really don't remember how much NT was for some reason, but I ripped a few boxes of like 1819 Prism first off the line, and I paid $220 or $250 a box, I think. And now I think a hobby box, a regular, is like $4,500 or $4,000. So like probably 7,000 for first off the line. I don't know.
Somebody said share your biggest loss. I know my most recent L, WWE Prism. That was rough.
What's rough?
Is rough.
I almost bought some boxes off of you.
I know.
I was very close to it.
But I mean, like they move. Like they move. It's not like they don't move. Like
well, they move at the current price.
They move at the current
because
price.
Everyone's like averaging out their costs of.
But the thing is with me, I bought most of them solid. It was only one case that like I met. The other case I'm good on. Like I mean, I'm not like, but it's like not bad. But there's just one. So that was my most recent. But again, like it comes with the game, bro. Like you're not gonna win every single time. Like it just is what it is.
So I want to give a quick shout out. My guy, MC, my Cants. Him and I had a nice conversation in Dallas, and it was kind of like on certain cards, like him and I are kind of the same way where we'll take L's on cards. If I buy a card for $8,000 and there's a comp comes out at 6,500 or 7,500, like it is what it is. You have two options. You can either hold the card, right? Wait for a better comp. Or like maybe trade out of it, or you just sell it for $6,000 and move on. But you can take that $6,000 and buy a card, maybe that's 7,500, 8,000, kind of flip your way up. So it's kind of like we've all done really well with the card market in the last 2 years. We've made a lot of money, you know, and it's okay to kind of give back a little to where it's taking some else here and there, but in the grand scheme of things, like you're up a lot.
Yeah, I think what people don't realize is like this is like an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like if let's say you do this like once a week, right? You're doing cards once a week. So like every month, maybe you're doing cards 4 times a month.
Yeah.
Whereas like me or you, we're doing it 5 to 6 to 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Right. So 7 days a week times 4, that's 28 days we're doing it where we're buying deals 28 days.
Yeah.
Versus you're buying deals 4 times in the month.
I mean, I don't think there's a single day that goes by that I don't do something card related.
Yeah. So
there's no way.
So over time, like let's say 4 of those days were bad days.
Yeah.
And the rest of the days were great days.
Yeah.
And you do that consecutively over month, you're going to have 48 terrible days, but you know what I mean? The rest of the days are going to be solid. Yeah. So like, that's the way, like that's how it goes. That's how it works. I mean, that's how it goes down. Yeah. You're not, every deal is going to be amazing. Not every deal you're going to make money on. Yes, you're going to lose money on some deals. Like that's the reality of the situation. So if you can't like comprehend that or like cope with that, then this definitely isn't the market that you want to be in.
I mean, like if you make 20,000, but you also lose 5,000 in deals, at the end of the day, you made 15 grand.
Yeah.
So as long as you're in the positive,
yeah,
you're doing something right. You know, you're not going to win every single time, but if you win the majority, it's a win.
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any cards that you have that you won't sell?
Yeah. So when I got into cards, my collection was Malcolm Brogdon and Thon Maker stuff. Malcolm Brogdon was the guy, like Thon Maker stuff too, a little bit. but Malcolm Brogdon was my guy.
So that's your.
I have some very big Malcolm Brogdon cards that are in my collection. I don't think a lot of people don't know. Maybe if they did cards when 2018 or whatever,
Yeah.
they knew I was a big Malcolm Brogdon guy. But I have a couple I have an immaculate Logoman auto, 1/1, some big NT RPAs, a lot of big flawless RPAs, a lot of 1/1s, like some very sick cards of Malcolm Brogdon. Like I have one it's like the what's it called, Grand Reserve Cornerstones, like with the 4 patches.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every single patch is like a laundry tag or a tag. Bright blue autograph, 1/1, very nice card. But it's all Malcolm Brogdon, so
Yeah. Somebody said bought a lot of Thon Maker from you back in the day when you were Porzingis collector.
Yeah, with Porzingis collector. That's on Instagram. I like his tag, Jay.
Oh yeah.
Jay.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So I think I sold off some Thon Maker stuff, but I have a lot of Thon Maker. Like that Thon Maker stuff, I don't really care about.
So you'll just always keep it?
The Malcolm Brogdon stuff? Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially like some of the big cards. I had 4 Prism Golds. I moved, I want to say like 2 years ago or a year ago. Really, when Malcolm Brogdon went to the Pacers from Milwaukee, I lost a lot of interest in him. Still watched him, I'd literally watch Pacer games just to watch Brogdon play. But I stopped really watching him, didn't really get that much interest into him. I have some Kobe cards that are in my PC right now that I want to say I'd never sell, but realistically, like, I'm not selling them unless I upgrade it
into something nicer.
Yeah, so an example would be I had National Treasures Kobe from 2009, 2010, the Black Mamba, number 299. It was a PSA 9 with a 10 auto, and I didn't think there's no way I was moving that card.
Yeah.
I held it for a while now, and then I saw PSA 1010 pop up on alt. Some of you guys might have seen it, and I snagged that, and then I ended up moving the PSA 9 that I had in Dallas last week. So just because I upgraded it to a higher grade. And it kind of goes the same way. Like I have a Kobe number pieces patch auto I really like, but if I can upgrade it to a nicer patch or maybe a better grade or something like that, I would do it.
Do you ever like do you don't do NFTs?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do crypto or stocks or
got into crypto a little bit, but took a bath on it and got out.
I think everybody did.
I took my L, took that money, bought cards, made my money back with cards.
There you
go. So
somebody said I have a huge Otani PC I plan on holding and passing to my kids. That's solid. That's always cool to hear. Like I heard a lot about that. Like, when people are buying stuff, like, these are gonna be my kids one day. That's like cool to like hear. And
I heard that a lot recently, where it's like there's certain cards, like it's really common with like Jordan rookies or like Gretzky rookies. I have somebody local to me who's a family friend, and like he won't sell his Jordan rookie. It's like a PSA 8 and a Gretzky, a Peachy that he has. It's PSA 7. Like he won't sell those, even just at like liquid numbers or whatever, for a price, just because he wants to hold on to it and pass it down to his kids.
Have you I mean, you've been in, going to shows and doing all that stuff for multiple years now. How do you deal with like, people that are bad actors versus, like, how do you trust somebody, right?
I think it's all about the vibe.
All about the vibe.
It's all about the vibe. I mean, you just gotta be careful. I mean, I think with cards, like, there's a lot of like vouching and stuff like that, but you're also just very familiar with people. Like, for the most part, when you go to a show, most of the people that are there. I want to say, more people than you don't. I think.
Yeah, I think during the I
don't know.
I think during the run up is when we saw a lot of people who maybe you thought were like cool, but ended up not being.
Yeah, there were a few of those. I kind of just ran off.
Yeah, stay away from them. My kid has a PC now that I could have only dreamed of, and he's 15. Yeah, I remember for a while, or I remember at the San Francisco show, there's like this 15-year-old kid, and like he was just like so sharp, and I was just like, my God, this kid in like 3 years is gonna be like insane. Like he like got this Josh Allen silver auto from me and traded me this Herbert, and like was giving me his whole rundown and everything, and I was like, damn, I believe you. Like, just take the card.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see like that. What are people saying? Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? How long have you been running for? Like an hour?
Hour and 20 minutes.
Wow. We do have to decide what we want to rip too.
You want to rip something?
Yeah, we got to rip and give it away to the chat. We do this every time. Okay, guys.
Just casually staring at the NT case on the table.
We're gonna do a case of flawless.
Oh boy, is that sealed?
Yeah, I'm surprising you guys. I didn't tell you guys we're ripping a case of flawless, or not a case, a box. Are you guys ready? Somebody said no way. All right, we only got one reaction, so I'm putting this away. We're not doing it anymore. But we do.
Oh, there was a little delay.
We do have MLS soccer though.
Wow.
Well, look at the reactions for the MLS.
Bang.
Everyone loves it.
Bang!
It's a box on the case. Yeah.
Good lord. Pepe's in here, right?
If Riffy wins this giveaway, we're re-rolling it.
RM cards is not a lot of win.
Is that Riffy?
That is Riffy.
Sorry, guys. My eyes hurt. Put that away.
Oh my
MLS
god.
soccer's a fun rip. What are you guys talking about? People that upset?
Mazda 3 for the flawless. That's actually a really good deal. Mazdas are nice.
Are they?
They are. I used to have a Mazda. Very nice car.
Who's in MLS? Pepe's in here, right?
Zlatan.
Zlatan's in here?
I don't know, but it's with MLS.
This is a fun rip. We ripped this with we ripped this somebody on the pod. Pecco. We ripped this with Pecco. It was a really fun rip. I'm hyped. If Pepe blows up, it'll be huge.
All right, so let's hit these Peppies.
Okay, how many should we give away all the packs to one person?
It's up to you. This is SashaT.
So like
podcast.
before, what we were doing, we we're like splitting it up. But like last time we did it, like one person got all of them, and I feel like that's like kind of fun. So what we do is we'll do the giveaway first, and then we'll see who wins, and then we'll break the whole box for him.
That'd be pretty dope.
All right, let's do it.
Riffy wins, it's a re-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, if RM Cards wins this auction, it's just we're not giving any of them to him. All right, guys, we've got MLS Topps Chrome Soccer. We're gonna be giving away this whole box with Natey. We're gonna do the giveaway first. So we're gonna do the giveaway, and then we're gonna rip all the packs and see what you get. Are you ready, Natey?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Are you hyped?
Oh yeah.
All right. That sounded
Very hype.
that sounded hype. All right, we're gonna pin the item for giveaway. Yeah, if we hit a Pepe auto, that would be huge.
That'd be nuts. What do they go for?
I don't know, but that's like the chase in here. All right, we're gonna draw the winner right now. RM Cards is in this giveaway.
No, take them out. There's no...
If he wins,
All right, Chris Hart 6 pause 9. You won the giveaway. Chris Hart.
We need to get like something in the chat.
He is
right?
awesome. Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Rip it.
All
All
right,
right.
let's do it.
We'll split up the packs.
Okay. 4 cards per pack.
We got a Michael Boxel,
All the pronunciations. Oh,
Mr. Shelton, Pedro Santos, like sparkle, a little sparkle there, and Yuka Kubo. That wasn't bad. That was solid pronunciation.
It's all about the pronunciation.
Yeah.
I already know I'm about to get somewhere
Shredded.
Possible. Yeah, this is gonna be very, very interesting. All right, we got Anton Tinnerholm, Alexander Oliveira, Brenner. This guy doesn't have a last name. It's just Brenner.
Interesting.
Very interesting, but it's a cool card. It's like red and yellow. And Diego Chara.
There we go. Will Trapp. Christian Caceres. I think this is numbered. Numbered at a 299.
Was this numbered?
Numbered at a 299. Man, I'm not even gonna say that name.
No, you got to do it.
Bloss Matuidi, I think. And Victor Wanyama.
That wasn't that bad.
I guess. Hopefully not.
All right, we got Cole Bassett. We got Frankie Amaya. Darwin Quintero. Oh, this is Agua. Is not numbered. Let's see.
I think it should be
Yuka
numbered.
Kubo. Numbered to 299. Very nice card.
See, this is what people should
Yemi
be allowed
Chara.
to grade.
This is like a refractor card. And oh, this one's brutal. Georgi Mikhailovic.
I think that was fine.
I don't know. There are a couple J's in there that
You
threw
missed
me off. Yeah.
Maxi Morales, Stefan Fry. Oh, this is the same dude, Blaze or Blase. Out of 50 though.
Wow.
Is this gold?
Looks gold.
Gold out of 50. And then Darlington and Stephen Fry. So there you go. Not a bad pack there. Pepe would be fire in this box.
All right. We got Kai Wagner. Very easy pronunciation on that one.
Solid.
Keaton Parks. Refractor. It's a Big City Strikes insert. Casper Priobilico.
Solid.
Take a look at that one. And we got Julian Gressel.
Oh, that is a tough name.
You got to try it.
Casper Prizipoloko.
You gotta think about that one for a little bit before you give it a shot.
That is.
I was looking at
that
it
was
like,
tough.
oh man.
Cecilio Dominguez. Oh man. Valentin Castellanos.
That's pretty solid.
Thomas Pochettino. And the same guy, Thomas, on the back of that one.
Gotta start saying it with like that.
I don't know if we hit any rookies yet.
All right, we got Joe Paulo. Oh, we got a little Agua. Demir Krelach. Caden Clark. Number to 299. Oh, number to 99. Very nice.
What?
Yeah, number to 99. Nice card. I don't know if that.
Number to 99.
And Sebastian Blanco.
Where's my Pepe?
Yeah, I want to hit a Pepe.
Kyle Duncan. Teal Boonbury. Leandro Gonzalez Perez. Edison Flores. This is not going the way we want it so far.
These are all. Yeah, we got
some solid packs left.
Carlos Vila.
Oh, there you go.
That's good.
That's good. He's local.
There. Andres Perea.
Yeah, he plays for LAFC. There we go.
Franco Jara and Gianluca Busio.
That's my guy right there.
Did I say it right?
I don't know. He's not actually my guy.
Oh man, brutal.
Pepe's my guy. Oh, we have a Aqua Franco Jara. Number to 299. Oh, I'm just gonna. This is a rookie. Ignacio Eliseda. Rookie. That was tough. Joseph Cloud and Jesus Fiara.
So we still got the autograph that we're waiting on.
We do still have the auto.
Still got
Isn't there one Chrome autograph per box?
So
We got a rip.
the auto's got to be here, unless we got to make a call to Tops.
No,
here.
yeah.
We got some packs left.
Yeah, we have packs left.
We got packs left.
Last pack, one,
Yeah, saving it for the last pack. We got the auto here. Walter Zimmerman. Daniel Royer. What's this? Big City Strikers. Caden Clark. Number to 75. Very nice. And Mitchell Calladay.
We need a Pepe auto. Fabian Herbers. Christian Caceres. Gaston Jimenez. Efron Alvarez. No auto.
All right, you got one over there, right?
Yeah.
You got 4 right here. So
We need this auto.
very excited to see who the auto is. Cole Bassett. Oh, looks like an orange.
Pepe?
Eddie Segura, whatever that is. Let's see. Oh, it's an auto. It's orange.
Orange auto, guys.
Orange auto.
We got an orange auto. Who is it? I have no idea who that is.
Aaron Long.
Wow.
Bang!
Bang. Oh, number 25 though.
Number to 25.
Number to
orange
25.
auto. He's on the New York Red Bulls. 7 of 25. Aaron Long.
It's prospect.
On the come up.
On the come up, yeah.
If you are in New York, oh, he's from Oak Hills, California. That's interesting. There we go.
And Alvaro Burrell.
All right, we need a Pepe. Aaron Herrera, Chris Mueller, Ezekiel Barco, Locadia. Tough.
Card is very nice though.
It's a very nice card. Topps Chrome always comes out with good products.
Christian DeJome. Oh, this is like a blue wave. Josie Altador. Number to 199. Sebastian Blanco. And Julian Cardiza.
Fire. Hani Mukhtar, Anthony Fontana, rookie Franco Kovacevic, and another rookie, Caden Clark, rookie. There you go.
Oh, Caden Clark's a rookie.
Yeah,
Oh, I got a couple of those.
there we go.
We had a numbered one, I think. Yeah. Here's one. Here's a numbered.
We have a really.
Caden Clark, number to 99.
There we did we forget about this one?
I didn't know it was a rookie.
Yeah, it's a rookie.
That could be. That's got
He
potential.
scored his first goal at 17 in the MLS.
Definitely got potential.
Definitely.
Put that with the Aaron.
There we
Aaron
go.
Long.
All right, this is last.
Yeah, last pack. See what we got. Rodney Redez, Omar Gonzalez, Daryl Dyke, and Carlos Turan.
Shout out to Carlos. That was it. All right. So shout out to Chris Hart. You won the box. You got all these cards. Congrats. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave a review. We'd really appreciate that. And if you're in the chat right now, if you're on Whatnot Live, thank you for tuning into the stream. Thank you for being part of this podcast and interacting with us. Hopefully, we provided some value. And yes, make sure to tell a family or a friend about the channel. And make sure you guys all go follow Natey at All-Star Sports Cards 23 on Instagram. Natey, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Sash. It's been fun.
Yeah, it was a dope time, and we got to rip some MLS soccer. So we got to learn more about MLS soccer though before we rip next time. Yeah, appreciate it, guys, and we'll see you guys very, very soon.